Hi, and welcome to Scholarly.2018. Today we're going to be working on linear equations in algebra. We have an equation set up here, 4 plus x minus 4 over x plus 3 equals 9. Now we're going to do a more advanced equation so that we can jump right into it, and we'll go through and we'll explain each step and each level of linear equations as we go along. So on this chalkboard over here, we'll rewrite the problem. 4 plus the fraction x minus 4 over x, what is it, plus 3 equals 9. All right? Now the first thing we want to do here is we want to combine like terms. Now in an equation, what we want to do in the equation, because we have the equal sign, anything you do on one side of the equation, you have to do on the other side of the equation. Okay? So first things first is when I see this problem, I'll ignore this. Okay? That I can't work with right now. What jumps out at me is this 4. Okay? And the constant 9. So both of these are constants. What I can do here is I can subtract 4 from this side and subtract 4 from this side. This will cancel out and leave me with a 0. So on this side of the equation, I'm just left with x minus 4 over x plus 3. And that is going to equal 9 minus 4, okay? Which is now 5, and this will be our new equation. And we can write an equal sign here to let us know that it's a new line, okay? Now the next thing I need to do here, let me actually move this equal sign out of the way. We need that room. What we see here is in our denominator, we want to get rid of this denominator so that we can isolate that x minus 4. The way to do this is we multiply this whole fraction by x plus 3. Okay? What that'll do is just cancel these denominators out, all right? And it'll bring down x minus 4 to our new line of our equation, okay? And equals what we did on this side of the equation. What's going to happen? We have to do it on this side of the equation. So we're going to multiply this side also by x plus 3. And we want to keep this in parentheses to let us know that this is one unit up here. This is one term up here, okay? That x minus 4. So if we rewrote that, we have 5x, or 5 times x plus 3. Now, if you remember anything from the distributive property, this looks like a lot of the basic equations in, the basic expressions in the that we solve in the distributive property. So what I see here, distributive property, what we need to do with that is we take the outside number, and these parentheses just mean that we're multiplying. When you have a parentheses right near a constant in front of it, whatever's in here, we need to multiply by 5. All right? So we have 5x, okay? And then plus, if this was a minus sign, we'd keep the sign also. And we would do 5. If it was a minus sign, we'd do times negative 3. All right? And then we'd come up with our number. And so what we're going to do here is 5x. We'll write that down here, 5x. Okay? This is our new expression, 5x plus, because this is going to be a positive, there's no negative in front of the 5, and I keep the sign from the 3. So I'll have 5x plus 15, all right? And that will equal x minus 4, all right? So this is our new equation here, all right? 5x plus 15 equals x minus 4. Now, as we did up here, again, we're looking at this problem when we see a couple things. We see the x's on one side, or both sides, and we see constants on both sides. Okay? What I would go ahead and do here, because I like working with constants first, and it seems to work out better for me, you can either subtract the 5x from this side, and therefore subtract it from this side, or you can go ahead and do what we're going to do, is we're going to add 4 to both sides. All right? We're going to add 4. All right? And what we're left with here is a 19 We're running out of room here. All right, these cancel out. So we have x equals 5x. We write the equation over here, x equals 5x plus 19. Okay? Once again, what we've got here, we've got this term on, or this expression on this side, and our x is isolated. Okay? But we still have an x over here. What we want to do is get this x out of here and just isolate the x and the constant, okay, on either side of the equation. So what we'll do here is we'll subtract this 5x from this side. That'll leave us with a 19 on this side. And that'll equal 5x from this side, right? We're subtracting 5x from this side. I'm sorry, negative 5x plus, because we're subtracting, so we keep the sign, and we move it over here and add, right? We're adding to the equation, but we're subtracting, okay? So what we'll have is a negative 6x on this side of the equation. Negative 6x minus 19. Now there's two different ways we can go about this. The easiest way is we can just divide by that 6, or sorry, by that negative 6. And what that'll leave us with is 1x, or x. And then it'll have 19 over with negative 6, but we can just throw that out in front and say that it's negative 19/6. Now if we divide that, we're going to get 3. 6 goes into 19 3 times, and 1/6 is our answer. And we're going to keep the sign. And it's as simple as that. We'll be back with another video to break down some of these individual rules as to why we did what we did going through this equation. Stay tuned.